We ended part 3 with the building of the San Antonio Canyon Dam. However, a mile or so behind it is a small power station. What's the connection to Pomona College? Good morning! You see the little power station behind me?
It's been here since the turn of the century, long before the dam's been here. And it wouldn't be here if it weren't for the Pomona Colleges. Let me explain.
The first president of Pomona College, Cyrus Baldwin, hoping to bring electricity to the Pomona Valley and income to the college, formed the San Antonio Light and Power Company, then went to Pittsburgh and convinced the Westinghouse Company to build the necessary power generating station, which first brought electricity to the area. However, it proved to be unreliable and didn't provide the profit expected, so the company was soon disbanded.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
On the other campuses, construction booms. It's 1959 now, and car fins have grown to ridiculous heights. Pomona College finds itself lacking in residences for women again. Most are still living in private homes and at the Claremont Inn. Trustee Rudolph Wigg and his daughter Mary provide the money to build Wigg Hall, named for his late wife Anna, who died in 1956. Built just north of the Renwick House along College, it houses 97 students. Tuition grows to $1,100 and financial aid becomes widely available to students. In 1960, Pomona College's Seaver Laboratory gets its first cyclotron, but to me it just looks like a light bright. The movie The Absent-Minded Professor was filmed mostly in the new Renwick Gym. You can also see other parts of the campus in the opening shots. The Scripps campus is expanded with the addition of Kimberly Residence Hall. named for Mary Kimberly Shirk, a longtime trustee of Scripps College, owner of the Kimberly Crest Mansion in Redlands. In 1962, back on the Pomona campus, the outdoor Greek theater gets a grassy upgrade and renovation. The iconic Smith Tower is built near Frary Dining Hall. However, at this time, the number of men outnumbered women by over 700. The consortium offered to expand Scripps Women's College, but after Scripps declines, guess what? They decide to build a whole new liberal arts college for women, emphasizing social and behavioral sciences.
Oh, there's a crazy little shack beyond the tracks.
With a gift from Mr. and Mrs. Russell Pitzer, construction begins on Pitzer College campus, with Scott and Sanborn Halls being the first two built. In 1963, Scripps College opens the Garrison Theater, a facility for all the colleges to use for concerts, movies, lectures, etc. The $7 million gift is provided by Robert Garrison, a longtime Scripps trustee. It's 1964 and Claremont gets invaded. The Beatles arrive in February 1964 and take America by storm. Claremont Graduate University adopts the idea to expand into residential homes in the area rather than to build new classrooms. The huge Seaver Laboratory for Chemistry, or Seaver North, is built and enlarges the Pomona campus further. Also, the mysterious 47-story begins. Statistics professor Donald Bentley asked his class to determine if the number 47 occurred in nature more often than random numbers, prompted students to look for it on campus. The first graduating year, the college had 47 students enrolled. The Lyman Hall pipe organ has 47 pipes. Harwood Hall has rooms 46 and 48, but no 47. Even the freeway off-ramp is number 47. Then, this happened.
It's a relief. Only Rolaids contains this exclusive buffering compound. Each particle consumes 47 times its weight in excess stomach acid.
And that propelled the myth to legend. Even now, the Smith Clock Tower chimes at 47 minutes past the hour. And steady growth continues on the other campuses.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. At 1 full step for man.
In 1969, America sees its greatest triumph, its greatest struggle, and its greatest failure, and will end with its greatest tragedy after the killing of 4 students on the Kent State campus by National Guard troops. 2 bombs explode at the colleges, one at Scripps Balch Hall and one at Pomona's Carnegie Hall. A fire, determined to be arson, damages the Meade Hall lobby just 2 months later, prompting President Atherton to resign at the end of the year. On the Pomona campus, the Thatcher Music Building begins construction, named for donor Madge Rice Thatcher. With the announcement that $21 million in pledges had been received for the year, President Lyons steps down after 28 years, and David Alexander becomes the college's 7th president. Still growing, Pitzer College dedicates Avery Hall on November 11th of that year. In 1970, Thatcher Music Hall opens on the Pomona campus. Pitzer dedicates Grant Clock Tower and Ellisor Mall, nicknamed the Mounds. They also go co-ed, although the college remains primarily female. Students protesting the Kent State killings and the invasion of Cambodia take over Bower Hall on the CMC campus. They do minor damage and leave after one night. Well, this is a good place to end, but I do have one more story. A lady who I met a few years ago, Ellie, who owns Ellie's Art and Sign in Reedsport, Oregon, attended Pitzer College back in the 70s. If you've driven through Reedsport, you've probably seen her Trump and Elvis statues around town.
Remember that Midway Bar?
Ellie had fond memories of a bar that was nearby the colleges called the Midway, and she asked me to look into it, so here goes. An important thing to know about the bar is its proximity to the county line between San Bernardino and Los Angeles counties, which ran adjacent to Pitzer's college boundaries. Being on the outer fringes of the county, police hardly ever patrolled this area, and legend has it that occasionally a wandering underage student might get served alcohol there. It was located where Empire Tattoo Parlor currently resides. The building was a small rock structure with a pool table, bar area, and 2 tiny, apparently very scuzzy bathrooms that were out of service as often as they were in. The bar was a strange mix of bikers and mostly female, mostly Christian, and mostly underage college students. When a fight broke out, the students went a bit further down Foothill Boulevard to Sage Hen Liquor to buy a bottle or 6-pack, with no fear of getting ID'd. It stood where the new China restaurant building is now. The Sage Hen in the window is an homage to the college. The bar handed out free promotional Meet Me at the Midway bumper stickers, and many of those bumper stickers decorated many dorm rooms all over campus. The Midway Bar burned down in the late 70s.
Well, that's it for part 4. Thank you so much for watching. And if you liked what you saw, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thanks again. Oh, by the way, there was one correction. Bob House contacted me and he said in part 3, the tree that was in the middle of College Avenue, I said it was gone in 1938. He says his family moved here in 1951 and that tree was still here. So thanks for the correction, Bob. And thanks everybody for watching. Bye-bye. We'll see you again real soon.
And Miss Ellie come up and we BSing for a while, and she said, "Do you know how to run a jigsaw?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am, I do." Said, "Do you want a job?" And sure enough, I've been working for her ever since.